Now, top of the log, the overall log, the Lions are. If they win their last 2 games, they could well host the final if they obviously get through the quarters and semi-finals. So, massive congrats to them. They've had a fantastic season to date, and they really showed a gulf between, their standard of play and what the Sharks have dished up. And, quite shockingly, the Sharks look like they could well make the playoffs as well. And as you said, the Stormers having to travel all the way to Melbourne against the Rebels team, they were a bit of a banana peel. You didn't really know how that match was going to go. The Stormers missing a couple of key players. But Schalkberger took over the captaincy and he did really, really well, I thought. Especially in the second half, they grew stronger and stronger and ended up comfortable winners. They've now got a 9-point lead over the Bulls in their little Africa Conference 4-team conference there. So it looks like they're going to top the log and then therefore host a quarterfinal as well. They just need 2 points to make it
Mm.
guaranteed, and which shouldn't be a problem
Well, if
considering
they play their cards right, they could get 10 points in the last,
absolutely.
last 2 rounds.
And if you look at their schedule, they play the Force in Perth, and then they come back to finish against the Kings. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that they do pick up those 10 points. So things looking pretty good for the Stormers and the Lions in particular as hosting quarterfinals. New Zealand Conference, just quickly, they continue to go from strength to strength. Got 4 teams, I think, within 4 points, all currently in the quarterfinals, which is quite staggering, considering that they all play each other so many times that they yet still have 4 teams right up there. Australian Conference looks like a 2-way shootout between the Brumbies and the Waratahs. They tied. One of them might make the quarters and one might miss out completely. So still 2 rounds to go, lots to play for, but it's still getting very exciting.
And it does seem that the South Africans are, I know that sort of the beginning, mid-season, people were very negative about the quality of the South African and Australian franchises, but I think at least the South African sides are starting to sort of come into their own towards the business end.
Yeah, absolutely. They're certainly getting a little bit better and better. The Kings are always going to be competitive, perhaps not for the full 80 minutes we saw against the Highlanders. They for 60, 65 minutes, they were within 2 or 3 points of the Highlanders. Unfortunately, those New Zealand teams just have so much stamina and experience, and they play for the full 80 minutes. And they ran away with things slightly towards the end. The Cheetahs, they're always there or thereabouts, tough to beat in Bloemfontein. This weekend they just edged past the Force, so another victory for them. And the Bulls, unfortunately, they've had a bit of a topsy-turvy season. New coach, missing a lot of players as well. They went to Buenos Aires, went down quite badly to the Jaguars, unfortunately. And the Jaguars, for their part, very up and down this year. Packed with Puma or Argentina international players, but they have only won a handful of games. I think everyone expected far, far more from them, but a tough place to go. And the key actually for the Lions is that their final match of the season is against the Jaguars. It's a very, very last group phase match, so they'll know exactly what they need to do. They might well need a full house of 5 points in that match in order to host a final, should they get that far. But that certainly won't be an easy match, no matter how well the Lions are playing. It's a daunting atmosphere to head into, Buenos Aires. So still lots of interesting matchups to play. Obviously some dead rubbers now that some teams are just completely out of the running. But still key matchups that will take place in the next fortnight.